This is the #1 distance killer for senior golfers. So if you're a golfer and you're thinking, I'm not hitting it as far as I used to, by the end of this video, you're going to access extra yards with the driver. So briefly outline the video. We're going to talk about what is a distance killer and then how you can fix it. So the thing that I feel is for most golfers and senior golfers is when they get to the stage where the driver gets a little bit awry and over the years we lose our confidence, we lose our ability to turn these hips in the golf swing because we see it as a way of probably moving off the golf ball or being a little bit more wild with speed in the golf swing. So we see this progression of no hips really moving, and if I show you this right now, if my hips don't move, my upper half turn is really limited. Okay, so if my upper half turn's limited, this is as far as I can swing. How do I complete my swing? Lifting and bending. Now anytime that we do this, we make the radius of our swing a little bit narrower. Make it narrower means we throw away our power early and we can't hit the golf ball as far as we want to. So in summary, we don't trust our hip movement, or we have a lack of hip mobility, which then reduces our upper body turn, and then we complete our golf swing by a lift and a bend of the arms. Whereas if we look at a lot of the golfers in the modern golf game, and I'm not saying we have to get as close as that, but if we can get somewhere near that, we have great hip turn, we have great shoulder turn, and we have a wide radius in our golf swing. So that's what we're going to give you right now. So the first stage of this is actually allowing your body to prep itself a little bit better. So standing over the golf ball with driver, and by the way, I'd try this with any club really. I'd give yourself the option with the irons as well, potentially more with driver though. Turn these toes out. So imagine this was ball was at 12 o'clock on my clock face. I'd want my left toe point at 10, my right toe to point at 2. So what we're doing right now is we're increasing our hip mobility. Okay? Now what I want you to do is this simple exercise. Standing upright, just chest facing in front of you, not in golf posture. Can you feel as though you'll keep your chest towards the wall, but you get used to moving these hips by themselves? You might want to go a little bit narrower to feel this. And while I'm doing this, I'm warming up the lower half and I'm getting used to separation. I'm trying to keep this as still as possible. Now if you can do that, that is a great way to warm up this lower half and get these hips moving a little bit more in your golf swing. So what I'm going to tell you right now is, how do you do that? Well, #1, getting them to move, is increasing awareness, a little bit of a warm-up. 2 is toes out, but also, as long as we stay in posture, we can potentially lift this left heel a little bit with the driver. I wouldn't advocate this with irons, but if we can just make some rhythmical moves like this, look at me, I'm not coming out of posture, I'm just lifting this left heel, and what this is allowing me to do is move these hips a little bit more. Rather than keeping it really restricted and feeling tight, I'm just allowing that left heel to lift up a little bit. And I wouldn't say I am directly lifting it. What I'm not doing is resisting it. So I'm wanting to feel as though it can come up just to aid my hips to move, which aids my upper body to move. So if we build this into a sort of a one-handed drill, and the reason why I say one-handed is, it's going to give you great awareness with what the radius of our left arm is doing in the golf swing. And like we've mentioned, better turn, wider radius is our route to more power, and our route to what all the top professionals are doing in their golf game right now. So standing over the golf ball, right hand under left, turn it to the top, feeling as though you can just let the left heel come up. Look how I've got this arm nice and straight. It's not locked out, it's not dragged across the body, it's nicely just with a slight bit of bend, but straightened. Bit of a complex way of saying that, wasn't it? But ultimately what we're looking for is this. And I would make some practice swings just feeling this. So I'd potentially move off the golf ball, back, through, and just keep the rhythm going with it. And if you can, just put your phone down behind you, record yourself doing this, and you'll see how these are going to move more. Reference your belt buckle. You'll see how your shoulders are moving better in posture, or your upper half, and how you're not having to compensate with the bend and the lift. So over it, bring in 5 or 6 practice swings, record them all, and see how you hit all those key points that we mentioned. 5 practice swings, over, spread the toes, lift, turn through, and this will, I can assure you, give you the best possible chance of increasing your width of arc, getting a better turn, feeling a bit more like a corkscrew, which is your route to more power. So there we go. That is the #1 distance killer and how to fix it for senior golfers.